man, especially as a straight man, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't like I was like hell no, but it was
Right, right.
weird. You know, that's the best I can say.
You were just caught off
Really, I
guard
was
because
kind of
that's
caught
the
off
man's
guard. It
job
was
usually.
like, and I'm like, we don't, especially since the way you coming off is like I don't know. I always had before her. I had other issues with being personable and sociable, and so from the get go, I always had this little nub in the back of my head, like just be careful. And as stuff started to progress, I started to say, not just be careful, like this is what it is, but um, yeah, it kind of happened right out the gate, and we were like
Wow.
interconnected like that ever since the very first moment she took it was we were almost but inseparable. I literally I was like I moved in with her less than a month later. Well, she kind of forced me into it. She's like, "Look, if you care about me, you got to leave where you are,
Damn.
and you got to come here." Yeah, I was living with my aunt at the time in Inkster, and so that was one portion of it. But she was like, no, and it was nothing big for me. My aunt was single and she ain't had no kids, and she looked at me like I was the only kid she ever had, even though I was technically an adult at the time, and she had a nice place and had the extra space, and I was paying rent and working a good job. And I'm like, well, hey, I'll stack my loot up. I'm single, I ain't got no kids, so I'm
Right, as
spending
you
a certain
should.
amount of money on space I don't need.
Right. So you ended up, y'all just became locked in. And this is sounding like to tell you, because I don't know if you know the other stories. I'm pretty sure you're aware. I kind of tried to send
Yeah,
you a
I
little
talked to you
information, but the story sounds similar. You get what I'm
Yeah, no,
saying? The
me and Duran
beginnings.
identified that it's the exact same thing. She prayed on both
Ain't
of
that
us the
crazy?
same
How do you
way.
feel
It was
about
so
that though? I'm
embarrassing.
letting
Like
you
she was
know.
laughing. Yeah, we wanted to cry a little bit, but it was kind of blotted out by the
Wow.
laughing.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, that literally, and then it was so funny. We was even finishing each other's sentences to a small degree because it happened. Let me guess, and she brought you right in like it was nothing. You went straight up. First day you met her. Yeah, I figured as much. Same thing here, kind of
Wow.
because it fits the bill. Yeah.
Wow, deja vu, deja vu. She did this with everybody, Joseph. Everybody I interview. I
Now I
interview
heard,
Cooper,
I heard
Gerard,
about
and you.
Yeah, I heard about what happened to Cooper and stuff, and I feel so bad. Like, way she screwed me up, and then I'm like, Cooper, damn near double my age, and so I know he going through a mental battle that you can't even put words to.
Did you ever
Like,
know Cooper? Was you aware of the
oh,
baby dads when you were around the kids?
oh yeah, me and Patrick at one point in time, I was trying to look out for Patrick. I was even paying. I
Mm.
mean, I was paying his child support obviously by taking care of the kids and buying them everything. But Patrick
Wow.
has never had anything. He ain't got an ID. He ain't got a high school diploma. Hell, Patrick could barely
What?
do math right. He'd be on the street hustling, but he carry a calculator
Mm.
because if it get too complex, he need the assist. So at
Oh
one
my
point in time,
God.
I was literally buying stuff from him to make sure he got something to give his kids to make it look like he doing something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Damn. Now he don't know basic math. How you don't? I don't trust no nigga that can't give me
Believe it or
change
not,
back.
he got a lesser education than she do. That's why I think they stuck together the way that they did for so long.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dumb and
yeah,
Dumber.
he's even
Damn.
less educated than she is.
Shit. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's crazy. A calculator. That's new to me, Joseph. I ain't never. Wow. He's a hustler. He said he got to get it by all means. He gonna
Oh,
use a
I
calculator
give
if he
him
got
that
to.
one. He's a hustler, dude. He'll steal whatever and sell it to anybody who's willing to buy it.
Dang. Oh
And the
my.
fucked up part is the money wasn't for his kids.
It wasn't for the kid. Man, that sounds so typical. So you said around the time you met her, she only had 4 kids?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, so you know she has 7. Do you know she's pregnant now?
Yep, yep. Yeah,
What was
congrats
like
to him. What's going on with him? But they so flamboyantly ignorant about the broadcast of it that it make it kind of hard to ignore.
right. Exactly, Joseph. That's what I'm saying.
Yep,
This
I'm
is
aware about
crazy.
what is it, the fourth or the fifth dog or something like that. Whatever it is,
Ooh,
losing count, they don't live too much longer. Hell, between all, I got five cats, and I've had the same five cats since about 3 months after I left her. I mean, a ratio, she done killed every dog or every animal. Well, then again, she technically killed every, because she had other stuff besides that. A couple fish. We even had a couple birds. They was all dead. She killed them all. Everything. Like,
damn, that's crazy. I didn't know she got rich, so she definitely be messing with them dogs. One dog had a missing eye.
no,
Oh, it
it's
was a
not even
mess.
that. Like, he was at her grandfather's the one time, the one she claimed that raped her and everything, and the one that was doing the stuff with her moms and stuff. She had another dog, and I forget the dog's name. It's been so long. I think it was Winter, but I forget. Something, I forget. It's been a minute. But it was a little white toy breed, like poodle mix. And that dog, she
Yeah,
said it was her
winner.
dog. The dog had been there and was so emaciated. And it was like her eyes was messed up. She was maimed. It took me almost 3 hours to get all the fur off the dog. And then we ended up having to shave the dog. I had to take over because she was like
Oh my
literally pulling
god.
skin off the dog, trying to get patches of fur off. And the dog is yelping and bleeding.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So at this point, what was it about Muriel? I guess it was something about her that had you locked in. Like I know she's very like she's definitely a manipulator. She'll have you think she's a great person. But what had you locked in that long?
The kids locked me in and the illusion sucked me
Oh,
in.
that's
Yeah,
deep.
her physical relationship and the depth of what I thought I felt for her. The illusion was shattered by the end of the third month. No, third, fourth month, somewhere in the middle of there. But we didn't go much past that. The last 4 or 5 months I was there. It was solely for the kids.
Wow, okay. So was y'all relationship toxic or how would you describe y'all relationship?
I mean, toxic kind of seemed in a way harsh and also kind of an understatement. It was, as long as I gave her. The thing is that she had, when I started to see the insecurities and ghetto fabulous of it, I guess the prissy aspect come out after the view of what was supposed to be classy. I assumed that this was some form of a defense mechanism. And I mean, I've seen a lot of women go through similar issues. And so I initially, as I started to see these flags, kept demoting them. It's not a red flag, it's a yellow flag, I can fix it. It's not a red flag, it's a yellow flag, I can fix it. Until I woke up one day, 4 or 5 months in, I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of yellow flags. And I ain't fixed much of none of them.
What would you say was an what would you use as an example as a yellow flag for her?
Well, it's a lot. I mean, a lot.
I,
Like a
I
lot.
believe
I mean,
you.
and when I say that, I mean because I don't want to make it like it's a slander campaign or anything. But I'm a logical, reasonable, rational person. And so when somebody says something that don't add up, I'm gonna call you out on it. And if you don't have any source to back it up, that's where the problem lies. It was almost every other word. If she say 9 words, best believe, or she say 10 words, best believe 9 of them is yellow flags. Best way I can think to say it. Yeah, it'd be easier to tell you the few instances where everything was perfect because there was only like 1 or 2 of them.
Okay. So what would you say those instances were?
The best instance is the night we went to that club. I ended up going with to a club. Took her. Um, I'm trying to say Patrick was with us. Patrick's
Oh,
sister was with us.
So wait. So you felt comfortable? Did you ever feel uncomfortable around Patrick, knowing that they had ties, or how did that come about?
When it first started, yes. But after I realized who he was and I realized who she was, because we didn't hit the club thing until like month 5 or 6. This is after I was like almost but mentally done with her. And so at that point, I wasn't really giving two squats about Patrick. I just wanted him to be a damn dad. I already knew she was cheating, but I didn't look at it like that. Like I figure I didn't conceive it as cheat. Like when she was screwing Cooper and stuff, and she screwed a couple of the neighbors. I didn't consider that cheating because I wasn't
Oh,
screwing her and I
what?
didn't want to.
Oh wow, she was screwing the
Yeah.
neighbors.
As I think like the last time I had an instance with her was like month 7 or 8, and it's only because she kind of forced me into it. I had just got back. I was down there talking to the kids doing something, and she called me upstairs and literally closed the door and tried to seduce me. And I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, if I don't do this, this is about to be a bad situation. But if I do this, I'm gonna feel like I do. But which one can I handle easier? And I used to tell her that like it's easier for me to handle the stress of the issue than it is to even let you know it exists. And
Right.
generally, it kind of went out like that a lot.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, does pimping her out. I don't know if you were aware of that or something about he was pimping her. So did you
Yeah,
ever have
especially when
any
I was
like,
younger. Because
huh?
her and Patrick been fooling with each other since they was really young, like really young. They met, I think, in school or something. And so, yeah, no, when she was younger, like before she had her first and stuff, even before she was should have been sexually mature, they was doing stuff. And so I'm pretty sure I never was sure that it was happening when she as an adult as well at some point in time. It just logically made sense. If she can make